Okay, so it's the end of the 17th of July, and the guys from the council came early to do the clearing and strimming. So the strimming was done this morning, and I decided that it was best to get at least initial coverage down and raked it all and everything, just to stop the weeds growing back as much as possible. But it's also actually ended up defining naturally the plan, and it's looking really good. So we now have something of a path on this side. Sorry, I'm tired now. So the clearing people will come back with tools so that they can get the rest of this rubbish. Oh, and these are tiles that I got from Freecycle, and yes, they are defining the pathway, and I know I'm just wee, but we will put down something bigger. But it's actually quite good. It's denoting the path quite well. Curve. So yeah, rubbish dump. Oh yeah, the glass. That's gonna be great. So all of this is still full of rubble and rubbish, and so I started to sort of try and pull up a bit of this in the sort of northeast corner. So I started to pull out the bin bags, and Gordon was like, "Oh, maybe it's got one of the heads from the murdered people." A person. So I immediately stopped and said, "Yeah, I think I shall let the council uncover dig out the bin liners in the big hole." This was the murderer's allotment, Dave. Obviously quite overgrown now, so he's in prison. He was an axe murderer who killed somebody, but it sounded like he was a homeless person with mental disorder in a sheltered housing, and obviously not getting the care he needed, by the sounds of it. Anyway, so that's the rubbish bit. So when that's gone, all up this side will be beds. And what was quite funny was as I'll start off by marking the holes, because there's loads of holes, but it's naturally sort of directing where paths and so forth should be. So as I said, the little tiles are marking marking the path that wraps around back to the back, and this one's gonna come around where the shed is and decking area, and then another curvy path to the back. Guess what this is going to be? Another one of the holes presented itself as being the perfect spot for the wildlife pond. And yes, that is a marble fireplace that's probably worth £300. But again, it's all Freecycle stuff, and I'll either use it in some sort of insulatory thing for the floor, ceiling, or not ceiling or walls, or use it as a tabletop for raised beds and things like that. So, as well as the pond, it is also initial rainwater gathering spot. So now that all the weeds have gone from under the pear tree and the apple tree, we have a second seating area, which nicely joins through with the other seating area underneath the apple tree, fruit trees. So that's really going to be nice. So I want to do edible herbs and water plants, edible water plants around the pond, and have seating around the pond, but make sure it's connected still. through for nature, because there's lots of lizards and things. So yeah, this was another bit of hole. Somehow I've managed to only fall in it once in the last couple of weeks, except for today after he trimmed it, and we were talking about, it's all done. And of course, I twisted my ankle in the hole, just about in the biggest, deepest bit. And rather than twisting my ankle badly, I had to go for the very undainty tumble to the side, and my hip was not happy with that. So we have a secondary water collection point, or actually 3, because there's that and that. This is this is our man, Mr. Wood. He's growing. Might find a body later on. So he's guarding the water supply. That's catnip. Hopefully, council are going to work out getting the logs removed, because they're right in the middle of the path and stuff. That one's not so bad. That could actually be useful. Okay, so uncovering various slabs around, which are actually in good positions, and some more slabs there. And this will be my potting kind of sink. Recycle. So this is where I hope you can see it. There was a greenhouse and it's gone, but basically, falling over the pipes. The council need to come back with tools in order to dig up all of this. And I think this will be where the shed at the back goes. So the sooner that happens, the better. The roses are doing okay. Now we've got the path all connected, which is really nice. And the grapes seem to be happy about having a thing to go up. So I'm still thinking that's in front to the right of the grapes and that sort of areas will hopefully be some sort of pagoda sheltered area to work along with that potting area undercover. And then that comes back to this end of the path. I got a cart instead of a wheelchair, instead of a wheelbarrow, because it's going to be a lot easier for me to manage not to have to pick up the handles of a wheelbarrow. Maybe tomorrow I might get that made. So next thing to do is to get the ground level and get a new tent. Not tent, get a new shed. Okay, I'm tired, I need to go home. Bye.